Hope you like my Grinch PJs. I was going to put on a nice top, but I have a weird shoulder injury, and when I went to put on a bra, I nearly cried. That had nothing to do with the shoulder injury, I just really hate wearing a bra. Hello, stranger. I am Claire Cowter, and I am an author. Currently only my mysteries are in print. Well, they're not in print. They're in ebook. That should probably be on the goals list, getting something in print. It's not. These goals are much more exciting than formatting. I mean, honestly, what's the point in setting goals if they're boring? Who finds that inspiring? Like at the start of the year, you're like, oh, I want to do all these things I don't want to do. Goals are meant to be things you want to do. And you know what I want to do? Not deal with all the jobs I should do. Exciting stuff only. There's a reason I am a self-published author. Okay? I write what I want. I choose my own covers. I never put my backlist into print. Oh my god, you can hear my weird cough. Look, I'm a little bit in the wars at the moment. Anyway, business maverick. That's what they call me. All right, let's get into these goals. Actually, before I get into the goals, I'm probably meant to start with a recap of 2024, like go through the goals I had for last year. But I don't have a clue what goals I had for last year. I'm more of a present moment and future person. And the past, I mean, oh my god, every time I film, Alexi's iPad just goes off the whole time because people message him constantly because they like him better than they like me. I'm really not good at remembering the past. So I'll just go through the big things that I sort of half remember and we'll assume they were my goals. I wrote 140,000-ish words. I think. I didn't record it as I was going, so I had to go back through my Scrivener and tally it up in all the projects I remembered working on throughout the year. But I think I did it right, maybe. Who knows? That may not be entirely accurate, but 140,000-ish words, which is not that many, but it's also not that bad. I did publish a book. I published Trouble in Store, the 13th Charlie Davies mystery, my teen detective turned PI comedy mystery series. I guess, look, I'll link book 1 down below. Losing Your Head, You've Twisted My Arm. Man, you probably gave me this shoulder injury. It's free if you want to check it out on all retailers. You don't have to sign up for anything to get it. But anyway, book 13 is out. That's very exciting. What else did I achieve this year? Well, I'm back on YouTube. I mean, that's not nothing. That's not nothing. It's such a high bar to set for a goal. I'm back on YouTube. I am very excited to be here. Obviously, because I'm filming another video. And so early in the year too. I'm doing my best with the lighting, as always. I don't want to know your opinions of my best. So, reading recap. I'm not going to tell you everything I read, but same as for writing, I did not record what I was reading or how much I read as I was going, so I had to just rely on my memory, which we've already covered earlier. I'm not really a past person, so this could be very inaccurate, but I think from what I could discern, I read about 34 new books. I did do a couple of rereads, but I didn't count them. I mean, 34, some people will think that's a lot of books. Some people will think that was nothing. I feel like it should have been higher, as in, I feel like I read more than that in general. That seems weirdly low to me, but I suppose 34 is, you know, a book every 2 weeks and sometimes every week, right? It's not that bad. They were long books. It also could be lower because I was writing mystery and I am much fussier with the mystery books I read. I find it hard to find mysteries that I like. So maybe that's why it was a bit slower at the start of the year, because I always read in the genre I'm trying to write mostly so that I can be immersed in the vibes. Crazy hands, I'm sorry. So we finished the recapping because that is all I can remember from this year. At least all the good things. There were other things that happened, but we won't go into that. So let's talk about this year's writing goals, or writing related author goals, author related goals. Snappy title. All right, firstly, the books. Books I want to write. My big goal for this year is to move into urban fantasy, or kind of move back into fantasy, I guess. I used to have a contemporary fantasy slash kind of urban fantasy series that was 6 books long before I unpublished it. It's currently unavailable because I'm going to completely start over, scrap it, gut it for parts. What's the term? So that's the Nessa series, which is a witchy necromancer grim reaper series. Urban fantasy. It's gonna be very fun. I'm excited for it. I'm sure I'll talk more about why I unpublished 6 books in the, that's not even all the books I've unpublished, but the 6-book series. I'm sure I'll talk about that more in another video if you would like to see that. And that's not the series that I want to publish this year, at least not, it's not the first book I want to publish. The book I want to publish first is the first, I'm saying first so much, is the #1 in series, nope, doesn't work. The first Eyeless Lane vampire book. It does have a title. I think I'm sticking with it, but I am not going to tell you because we'll save that for down the track. This vampire book, I'm calling it my Australian True Blood book to give you some idea of the vibe. Fun, small town urban fantasy. I love it so much. I definitely want to get book 1 in that series out. Other book publishing goals. This is where it kind of gets a bit squishy because I won't really know what I want to do until I'm done with that book. Until it's published, probably. That's when I'll know definitely what I want to do next. Because ideally, I would like to publish the 2nd book in that series, but I don't know if I'm going to get burnt out on that series. And so maybe I should work on the first Nessa book, or if I will need a break from urban fantasy entirely, or if I could just write a short story and then get back to it, or if I'm going to feel like writing book 14 in the Charlie Davies mysteries or book 2 in the Keely South mysteries. I don't know. So this goal is a little bit up in the air, but I don't want to get burnt out. So I will wait and see what I feel like I can manage. Ideally, I do want to put out more than 1 book this year. That's the hope, but my books are a lot longer now than they used to be. Isla is shaping up to be over 100k, same with Nessa, and they may get longer the further into the series we go. So we'll see what feels reasonable once I start, you know, releasing books in the new genre. I would love to get back to publishing multiple books in a year. I've done 1 a year for a while now, and it feels very slow compared to how I used to do things back in the day. Do you remember the year I published 8 books? Never again. But I think I could handle 2, even maybe 3. So we'll see how that goes. Another writing goal I have is that I would like to write some short stories. I actually finished a short story the other day, just randomly, and then came up with this goal because I guess I liked writing the short story. I've been reading the Sookie Stackhouse series, the True Blood books, and while I've been reading the main series, I've also been reading the short stories that go along in between the novels. And honestly, I'm just having such a great time reading them that I was like, I think I would like to write something like this. I thought it would be fun, like maybe I could, because these books are so long, they're going to take probably longer to come out. So maybe it would be nice to have like a little short story with the characters in between. Post on my blog, send out to my newsletter. We'll see. But I think that would be really fun. I do have a couple of Nessa short stories and the first half of a novella, but I will save them until the lead up to the release of Nessa. But I want to do some Isla stories. That would be fun. But as a goal, I should probably say not some stories, just 1. If I do 1, that would be fun. 1 Isla short story. Reading goals. My big reading goal is to just read a ton of urban fantasy. Firstly, because I love it. Secondly, because I want to learn more about it, because I'm kind of relatively new to the genre. as a reader. I read bits and pieces as I was growing up, but now that I'm super into it, I'm reading a bunch. And I want to know, all the tropes, what I like, what I don't. And, reading just also really helps me to write. It gives me a lot of energy to write. I've mentioned that before. Prevents burnout, I think, reading books. And that's really what I'm focused on this year. I think having fun and not burning out. I also want to listen to more audiobooks because I have a ton of audiobooks in my library and I just somehow never think to put them on. So my library just gets bigger and bigger and I never listen to any of them. And I would like to listen to them. I do sometimes, but not as often as I should. I want to start listening to them when I'm going for a walk or cleaning or, I don't know, folding clothes. Is that something people do? It's not really something I do, but maybe I could start if I was listening to an audiobook. Or I could listen to them. This is me doing a segue into the next goal. Remembered. Maybe I could listen to some audiobooks while I'm doing art. That's my next goal. I started learning to draw a few years ago, but even though I really enjoy it, I never do it. Isn't that every hobby? I want to get back into drawing and doing art so that I can get better and design my own urban fantasy covers. I mean, I'll be designing them regardless. I'll do photo manipulation if I don't get my art skills up to snuff in time. But I would really love to paint the cover for the first Isla Slane book for release. I think that would be really cool. And I also want to do, character art and maps and all the stuff that goes with books, all the fun bonuses I feel like everyone loves. I love them. But if I don't actually get back into art, none of that is happening. So I should probably get cracking. Learning goals. I think I just wrote this down here because I love to learn things. I don't have any particular classes or books I want to do. Oh, what I do want to do though, I guess this counts as a goal. I'm sort of on the middle of the discovery writer to outliner, pantser to plotter spectrum. I can do either to some extent, but I think I am probably more discovery pantser than I am outliner. It just makes sense with my general personality, I guess. But this year, I guess what I would like to do is lean into discovery writing more. When I wrote my first few books, I discovery wrote them, and then I started outlining, and that was good. I learned stuff from outlining, and I got faster when I was outlining, but not that much faster. I kind of liked the security of knowing that the book would definitely have a conclusion because I'd already come up with it. But I think I'm probably more discovery writer, as I said. So I would like to lean into that more this year. I think when I discovery write now, I tend to just write interesting scenes because that's what I want to write, and the story therefore only has interesting scenes. Whereas when I'm outlining, I'll sort of put in scenes that, advance the plot or whatever that might seem necessary, but, you have necessary scenes in, but they're not always that fun. Whereas when you're discovery writing, as soon as something's not fun, you just change it and do something better. So I think for me, I know this is not the case for everyone, but I think I might benefit from more discovery writing. So I want to learn my discovery writing process better this year. Okay, YouTube goals. I don't want to promise an upload schedule because there is stuff going on behind the scenes that might interfere. But I would like to upload regularly. Maybe do some shorts. Maybe do some live streams. Basically, be around more. And obviously post lots of writing related videos, probably mostly vlogs. Also, I would like to reply to comments in a timely manner, but that might be shooting too high. I am famously bad at replying to comments and messages. But, New Year's resolutions are the times to set your sights high. I'm going to try to reply to comments. Oh my god. How embarrassing. Sort of linked with my YouTube, I want my author newsletter to have a little bit of a refresh. redo the welcome sequence and add in maybe some videos. I'm thinking some secret videos. You know, send regularly and reply within 1 business month. Yep. We'll see how that goes. And lastly, my last goal, we made it. I want to tidy up my bookshelves. You can't really see them, but they are a mess. They're covered in rubbish. I don't mean the books are bad. I love trashy books. There's just like actual paperwork on there that needs shredding. I really hope this whole thing hasn't been out of focus. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Cleaning off the bookshelves doesn't seem like a super fun goal, but when it gets to December 27th and I haven't done any of the others, that's one I can definitely achieve in an hour or two. So it's going on the list. Well, those are my author goals for 2025. Should I just have that as the outro? I don't really think I have anything else to tell you. I've been talking for a long time. I had to go back and delete footage off the camera so I could keep going. Ugh. If you have any exciting goals for the new year, why do I keep putting my arm up on this thing I've been doing the whole time and it makes me go out of focus. It's very annoying, Claire. Stop doing it. Okay, well, I mean, it's too late now. We're at the end of the video. I've been doing it the whole time. Anyway, if you have any exciting goals for the new year, I would love to hear about it in the comments, and I might even reply promptly. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, really, that's all I've got to say. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed it and you haven't already subscribed. Give it a like, give the video a like if you would like. And now I'm going to go and ice my shoulder because it hurts really badly. I don't know what I did to it. I think it was from sitting in a car like 2 weeks ago. Man, I can't imagine what it's like when you get actually old, if this is 31. All right. Thank you. I love you. Goodbye.